So we've been technically live for the last 6 or 7 minutes, but having some issues getting Facebook to show up, and yay, I just saw it kick in. So you may not realize this, but we actually stream to 3 different platforms all at the same time using a wonderful service. And it sometimes will work, and sometimes it will get a little grumpy, and today it just felt like being a little grumpy. So trying to get it to all work and get everybody to be happy and play along sometimes doesn't work, but I now see all 3 services, so yay. And thanks, YouTube folks, for giving me a second to pop off and pop back on, because for a while we were just on with YouTube. So hello to everyone on the Facebook side that's been patiently wondering where in the world I've been for the last 8 minutes. We are every week live at 8:30, technology being the one thing that usually holds me back. So I'll go back through what we mentioned for a minute there, so that poor Facebook folks aren't left in the lurch. We really talk technology as the first item. So tonight's topic is what to buy in the fall and maybe what not to buy in the fall. And technology is definitely one of those items. And the reason for that is that so many companies release new models in the fall. And guys, they do that on purpose. We're going into the 4th quarter. They release things because they're hoping you're going to buy them for Christmas. But because they release the latest model, our deal isn't the latest model, it's last year's model. So for my example that I gave everyone on the YouTube side, is that our phones, if I go out and I want to get the latest phone, I'm going to pay top dollar for that. There's not a ton of deals. There are some gift card deals back on them. But the best deal right now is actually to get last year's phone. They're crazy good. We're even seeing some free offers. Buy one, get one, and completely free after trade-in offers. Definitely, if you're willing to go down to the 7. This is a 7. He works just fine. I have no need to upgrade. But that's where the deal is. So phones, cameras, there are a lot of other things that fit in this. We see new tablets coming out. Amazon just released a whole new slew of products, but it's not getting the new ones. It's getting last year's models. Crazy good deals to do that. So that's always in the fall. If you want the new models, wait till next fall. If you really want a deal, that's why we're here, though. You know, if you're wanting the latest cell phone, then you're not really caring how to save on it because you're going to pay top dollar for it anyway. But if you're wanting the deal, then it's waiting and it's getting it when the next one comes out. And so, Amy, yeah, so iPads too. It's always kind of going with what the last model was. And keep in mind, we'll even see the stores put those older models on some serious discounts to get rid of. Their hope is that, you know, obviously come Christmas time, you're going to only want that new model. They want to get all the old models off the shelf. So the other one that fits in on that is cars, guys. And I know YouTube, y'all already knew where I was going with there. But cars, we see all of the new models come out in late September, early October. So most of your dealerships probably at this point have the 2020s on the lot. The deal isn't on the 2020. There are some rebate offers and some discounts there, but the deal is really on that 2019 that is still a brand new car. It's still been on the lot for the last year. Grabbing that and then you're good to go. You're going to get the best price by helping them get it off the lot, and you're getting a brand new car in the end. Now, we won't go there because really the savings isn't to get the brand new car, but I know for some folks that's really where you want to go, but not getting this year's model. So that starts us off with a lot of items for sure. DC on the YouTube side, looking for the best time to buy furniture. I have my eyes on a new living room set at Rooms to Go. So furniture is a unique one. We do see new designs coming out in the fall around the holidays. But really the discounts that we see, they're kind of the same, and we see them on rotations always around 3-day weekends. So if you can hold out, you want to wait for the next 3-day weekend, which is Veterans Day, potentially waiting for Black Friday if you wanted to like really, really hold out, which, I mean, Black Friday is only 2 weeks after Veterans Day. But I wouldn't dive into that before then. So we don't have any 3-day weekends in October. Sorry, you just want to wait for that moment because 3-day weekends, I wish I knew why, but they do. They all put their eggs in those baskets and we see some really, really big discounts on furniture and on appliances on 3-day weekends. Our church earlier this summer had a tree fall and basically destroy the kitchen in our church. And so in all of the repairs this past week, they finally got to the point where they're looking at appliances, and my husband comes to me to ask for deals. I'm like, come on, why couldn't you have come 3 weeks ago during Labor Day weekend? This is not the time to go and buy brand new appliances. They're on sale, but nowhere near the discounts that we see on 3-day weekends. So I would hold tight to it if you can, instead of jumping in and trying to get one right now or even in the next couple weeks. The deal will always be better. Another thing to check, appliances and furniture wise, is checking with the store and seeing if I were to buy this today and it became cheaper in the next X number of days, what's your policy on that? So, for example, most large home improvement stores, if that item becomes cheaper within the next 2 weeks, they will honor the cheaper price. That means that if you don't want to hold out till Veterans Day to get that appliance, but you wanted to shop maybe 2 weeks before Veterans Day, you could. You could grab the appliance. Now, you have to be the one to keep your eye out for the ad and to watch for the deal. But if you did find it cheaper at their location, now you can't price match it after this point for another location, but if you found it cheaper at Lowe's, then I could get that price difference. Target does this, even not just for appliances, for anything in the store. So watching for those price differences is always a good way to go on anything that you're grabbing, but on big ticket items, if you find that you can't wait till that 3-day weekend, then doing that and getting that 2-week price adjustment is what most places will do. They won't go out further than that, but that will definitely get you something. And Marie says, dang, I just had to get a new washing machine. You're not alone. This has actually been appliance week for us. So we had to get for the church a dishwasher for something else that broke. So needing to buy a dishwasher this week, there are some deals that you can grab, and there are sales, and there are times when you just can't avoid it. I will say one thing we did to try to get some money or to try to save some money on that purchase is if you are in the boat of needing an appliance right now, through the end of this week, Kroger is offering 4 times the fuel points, or fuel points is what they call theirs, 4 times the fuel points when you purchase Lowe's, Home Depot, and Tractor Supply gift cards. So I sent my husband to Kroger first and had him buy a Lowe's gift card that fully covered the cost of the dishwasher, and then go to Lowe's and buy the dishwasher that was on sale. In the end, that is equal to almost $35 in free gas from Kroger. Now, the way that Kroger works, before everybody tries to correct me, you can't actually get a free tank of gas. You get up to $1 off per gallon, and then you can use another up to $1 off per gallon. So we have a couple dollars off per gallon. But it all adds up, if you fully use it, to $35 in free gas, just from everything that he grabbed. So pretty sweet savings to stop into Kroger, buy the gift card, get the fuel points, and then head to Lowe's and get the sale. So kind of pairing those things together, it's a pretty good incentive, and ends up saving you about 14% when you look at how the fuel points kind of add up on a gift card. So start there if you're looking for any of those items. Oh goodness, so now YouTube is having issues. Let's see, it looks like YouTube-wise, it for some reason started a new video, maybe, is what I'm guessing. So we'll see, maybe, this is just the joys of technology tonight. Okay, so trying to jump in and get a few other questions here. And one of my husband's chiming in too. So we used a credit card that gives points to buy the gift cards at Kroger. So we earned points on the credit card, earned fuel points on the Kroger gift cards, and then went to Lowe's. So you can triple dip if you want. Thank you for reminding me that there was a whole nother step there. So Nadine says, off topic, I'm wondering if you received the $5.03 coupon from the StarKist tuna settlement. And if you have any info about this coupon and where it can be used. It doesn't have an expiration date. So I have not checked my mail. Odds are it's probably in my husband's truck. But I would imagine if it is a general coupon in terms of how it came and not a check, that you could head in and use it in any grocery store for $5.03 off of your purchase. So they're going to submit it to StarKist, and StarKist is going to reimburse them. It may require $5.03 worth of StarKist products being purchased, or a StarKist product being purchased. The store is still going to get reimbursed for that. That most stores are going to accept it, but I haven't seen it. So Nadine, I might have to defer and answer it once I see mine, or if you want to send me a picture of yours in a Facebook message, I don't mind at all kind of analyzing through a picture what the fine print on it is and trying to help you figure out where you can use it to. Keep in mind there are some stores that will not honor a coupon that is more than $5. So you do need to kind of know your store's coupon policy. If they're really, really strict with coupons, they may see that $5 coupon and be like, we're not going to touch it, just because that's what they've trained their cashiers for. Like, for example, it's not specifically in Publix's coupon policy, but I know a number of Publix stores have trained all of their cashiers to not accept any coupon that is over a $5 value without calling a manager. So that could become a pain, but kind of figure out your store as to where you want to go. Okay. To jump back into some other things, and I'll come back to some other questions. So, okay, good. I'm glad to see some YouTube folks that are still there. So I guess we're up and running everywhere tonight. I'd like to blame it on the rain, which I'm actually very happy to hear outside. We have needed rain for a very long time. And thank you. Rick is chiming in and saying it says you must buy 3 items total of $5 for 3 or more. So any store is going to take it then. If it's giving you a specification of what to purchase, and it's not just off your total purchase, that's what would really end up scaring them. So if you grab 3 or more products and it costs $5.03 or more, then that store is going to take it. You're not going to have any issues, Nadine, with where it's going to scan and where it's going to work. So hopefully it'll be good. Okay, let's talk furniture again. So Amy's saying, very interested in furniture, best times. Again, furniture and appliances follow the same trend, which is really just watching for 3-day weekends. It's not specific to a time of the year, though we do see new models released in the fall and around the holidays, but primarily the biggest sales tend to be those 3-day weekends. So watching for Memorial Day, Labor Day, those are the big ones, obviously, but any 3-day weekend, and these people go crazy. So your next one is Veterans Day weekend, and holding out for that. There's nothing in October. October is not necessarily a big buy furniture month. The only furniture I would recommend, if it was still out, if you could find it, would be clearance patio furniture. That's it. So, that is definitely a fall item, is anything summer, anything patio, and grabbing those items on clearance. But the rest of the furniture items, I would hold off and wait for Veterans Day weekend, wait for Black Friday, or keep on holding if you're not ready for it, because after Black Friday, we don't see furniture on sale around the holidays. And even for Black Friday, it could be pretty limited. But the furniture companies definitely would love for you to be in their stores on Black Friday. So they do come out with some pretty big sales. That's kind of the big ones to watch for, though, just 3-day weekends. So Tawana is saying apples are $8 a bushel right now. So it sounds like apples are definitely on our list. And, if we wanted to go groceries, for sure. So apples, pumpkins, this is your time of the year to put any of those items up that you can. She's making applesauce with hers, which is amazing. Pumpkins as well. So if you grab pumpkins, if you love to make pumpkin pie, grabbing pie pumpkins, they're 99 cents a pound. It's not even really a sale price, but that's just their regular price in the fall. We'll see them go slightly cheaper than that in some stores. I know Aldi has them even cheaper. Going ahead, did you know you can freeze your pumpkin? So cook it, get the pumpkin out of the skin and just freeze it in Ziploc bags, and you're good to use it whenever you wanted to. Vacuum seal it if you want to use it for a while. Getting those items up is a big money saver. We do not see pumpkins outside of October even. So come November, some pie pumpkins will hang around for Thanksgiving pies, but their price will actually go up. This is the time that they're being harvested come November, it's getting a little too cold for fresh pumpkins, so the price does go up. So if you want to make pumpkin pies, you actually want to make them in October and freeze them, or get your pumpkin ready and freeze your pumpkin and put your pie together closer to Thanksgiving time. If you want canned pumpkin, that is cheaper in November, not cheaper now, but we're talking fresh. You want to go for October. Paige says, when will we start to see deals on apple cider and caramel apples? So apple cider, Paige, is a tricky one. My kids were actually just recently asking me this too. We will see sales on apple cider and on hot cocoa starting the end of October. They don't usually start the beginning, not to mention it's still like 90 outside at my house. But the end of October, very beginning of very beginning of November, we will see hot cocoa and apple cider all start to go on significant sales. And you might see it like 50 cents off, but we're talking like BOGO, starting in November. And then they will only be on sale for a really short window, November, December. Most of the apple cider that I ever grab is actually on clearance in January, and I will get it and then stick it in an extra Ziploc bag so it'll stay even more fresh, so that we have it for next year. I have recently seen in our BI-LOs, and not sure what grocery stores you may have in your area, but our BI-LO has had the entire Swiss Miss section on clearance. So we've restocked our hot cocoa before the sales would start, but really have another few weeks. Not to mention we'll see coupons for those items in November that we won't see in October. Tiffany says, where can I find wicker patio furniture for the best price? So Tiffany, locally clearance patio furniture is going to be really hit or miss now. Most places don't have any left. They were trying to get it out so they could set up their massive Halloween displays. But you will see some clearance deals. I would check Wayfair. So wayfair.com. There are some other online places that also sell them. Best Choice Products has had some on sale in the last few weeks. And Best Choice sells, they're like a big online site, but they sell through Walmart and through Amazon. So you'll see them in lots of other sites as well, but just go direct to them and see what they're offering. Wayfair right now, if you do decide to go that route, and you want to take the deal up a step, you could head to CVS this week. It's kind of random, but this week, if you buy a $50 Wayfair gift card, you get a $10 extra care buck. I didn't even know you could buy a Wayfair gift card in CVS until this week, but that's going to give you 20% on top of the $50, basically. You're getting $10 back in a reward. At least check and see if there's something you're interested in before you go and buy the gift card at CVS, though. But that's where I would send you, because anything that's left locally is going to be pretty much sold out. Lowe's and Home Depot do still have clearance items on their websites, but I would only grab them if they're offering free shipping. I would not pay to have those items shipped. So if they will let you ship to your store and you can pick them up, great, or if they'll ship straight to you, even better, but don't pay for shipping on those clearance items. And Wayfair is not going to charge you shipping on most of them either. So when's the best time to get pumpkins for jack-o'-lanterns? Paige, right now we already have grocery stores that are offering like $5 for the massive ones. Honestly, the best deal, it's like a Christmas tree. It depends on how long you want to wait, because the best deal really is to wait until the week of, and get whatever's kind of, on its last leg. But I know some folks like to get them and like to get them cut weeks and weeks in advance. So if that's you, then it's just seeing which store has the cheapest prices. I would point you towards Aldi, potentially as actually having the lowest price on large pumpkins. Lidl, if you have them, they always use them as a loss leader to get people in the door. So seeing what they have anyway, if you've got them in your area. I know BI-LO has them for $5. Publix, and I'm talking the massive ones. BI-LO has the massive ones for $5. Publix has the really huge ones for $6. But everybody has them a pretty good price. Who doesn't? Not saying you don't have to do this, but the local pumpkin patches are usually the most expensive places to get them. Now, they're normally fundraisers for folks, so I'm not trying to shoot them in the foot. And I know it's part of the experience too. But the grocery store actually does tend to beat their prices significantly, sometimes by almost 50% less. So just keep that in mind before you go to a local pumpkin patch and just start buying them out of pumpkins. It's not the cheapest place to grab them, but I'm not opposed to supporting local either. Um, are pumpkins keto friendly? So Deborah, yes and no. All vegetables can be tricky with keto because they can be high. They all have carbs. Even broccoli has carbs. The squashes, anytime you leave things that are green and you start to move into colors, that's kind of how the best way that people describe them. They tend to have more carbs. I know this is very off topic for folks who aren't keto, but a pumpkin does have less carbs than other types of vegetables. So I can't eat the whole thing, but you could eat some. It's not gonna kill you to eat some. Now, if we're talking pumpkin pie, that is not keto friendly, but you can have pumpkin. I've actually just saw a great pumpkin keto muffin recipe that someone was sharing. So you can have keto. Do Miss Meyer's products and the like ever go on sale or have coupons? Coupons, no, they're pretty rare. Products, yes. So Miss Meyer's, I know they're all on sale either this week or next week at Publix. My brain has already done the new Publix ad, so I can't keep them straight. But in one of the Publix ads, they're both up on Southern Savers. So if you pull up southernsavers.com/Publix, you'll see this week and next week. Miss Meyer's is on the list for one of them. But we also see a lot of good deals on Amazon. So watching Amazon Subscribe and Save, they do release coupons on Amazon for 20 or 30% off, and stocking up when you see those sales on Amazon. If that's your brand that you love to purchase, it's probably the better route to go for those items. My husband's chiming in, if you can't eat pumpkin pie, but cheesecake is keto friendly. So if you need dessert, make yourself some keto cheesecake. And Alyssa, thank you. I knew Lidl would have them on sale. Lidl has carving pumpkins for $2.50. So yes, Lidl and Aldi always win. They always use their pumpkins as a loss leader to try to get people in the door, and it works. So if you're looking for probably the cheapest price, it's to head to Lidl and Aldi for those items. Okay, and hopefully that we will, I see a lot of folks talking in terms of pumpkin. So Tanya is asking, would I speak for a few minutes on coupon service and pricing? Terrible experience with newspaper subscriptions. You're not the only one. So in terms of getting your inserts sent to you, I get mine from SundayCouponInserts.com. There are a number of places that do this, and pricing wise, it's still going to come out to be about the same price as getting your local paper. So you're not going to do it to save money. You're going to do it to, I guess, save yourself from pulling your hair out if your local newspaper is driving you crazy. And a lot of folks do it because they can get coupons from a bigger area. So if you live in a tiny area, you're going to be stuck with whatever was in your tiny paper. Then going with an online service gives you inserts from a bigger city, hopefully. That's the goal. So SundayCouponInserts.com. That's just the one I use. There are a number out there. You can Google whole coupon inserts and you'll find a lot of other options. In terms of price, expect it to be, though, about between $2 and $3 a paper, depending on how many papers you get. I get 4 sent to me every week, meaning if there were 2 inserts in this week's paper, I have 4 of each of those 2 inserts. That's a lot. And I don't actually recommend that most people do that. I have 7 people in my house, so I'm not shopping for just my husband and I, or my husband and I and 2 kids. I'm shopping for 5 kids. So I need more inserts to be able to get enough to last us until something is back on sale. That's our goal. Buy it when it's on sale and buy enough of it to last you until it's back on sale. I need 4 inserts. But not everybody does. So I don't recommend that you go whole hog and get a ton. The more inserts you get, the more time this is going to take and the more it's going to cost. So I would recommend that you start small, and maybe to cut costs, you actually share this with a friend. So go in with a friend, order a set of 4. That gets you the flat rate priority mailing with Sunday Coupon Inserts, and then split it up so that you're getting 2 and she's getting 2 each week, and you're paying a little bit less to do that. So that's an option anyway. Okay, to jump back into other things to grab. So we've hit electronics, we've hit cars, we've hit furniture. So other things to look for in terms of clearance, patio furniture is definitely one of them. Some school supplies are still out there. I know Target's pretty much wiped clean in store, but but actually Target.com, if you check out Target.com, they still have a number of school supplies that they're selling on their website at clearance prices. And you'll still find some around town that are on clearance in other stores. So I cleaned out our buy low this past week on colored pencils and on scissors because they were all 25 cents a piece for a 12-pack of colored pencils. You may not need school supplies at this point, but we grab these items for Operation Christmas Child boxes. So we try to pack a number of them with my girls' AHG troop. And if you're in that boat, this is the time of the year to start watching for those items. Also, summer clearance in Dollar General should hit 90% off this week. It was 70% off last week. So we are down to bare bones on that summer clearance. For us last year, that meant I took an entire bin last year from our Dollar General, 10 cents a pair for flip-flops. So again, these are all for Operation Christmas Child boxes. I don't need 80 pairs of flip-flops for my children, but to be able to walk out the door with 80 pairs of flip-flops for $8 was pretty exciting for me as I'm trying to help get stuff together to pack. Last year we packed over 100 boxes with the girls' troop, but you got to do some legwork to be able to do that. So that's, if you're in that boat, if you're looking for any of those items, this is a great time of the year to be looking for those items. So 90% Dollar General, it'll probably be Wednesday or Thursday this week that most stores will hit that. Jessica's also chiming down, and thank you for reminding me that one too, Jessica, because I had forgotten that all the Freds everywhere, Freds are closing down, and so she's saying all the Freds in her area are closing down and that all of their supplies are marked down. So if you do have a Freds anywhere near you, they are all closing down. So watch for those. I also saw an article today that Forever 21, this is, not the same category at all, but Forever 21 just filed bankruptcy and plans on closing a number of stores as well. So if you have teenagers, that could be a great way to grab some clothes at a pretty good discount too. Let's see. So, and Diana's asking about the Zantac that they're pulling off shelves at CVS. I don't have any information on that one. I can go digging though to see. I'm not sure if there's been a recall on Zantac. I haven't heard anything about that. It just might be that they're getting close to being out of date, and so CVS is pulling them. Okay, so I love all the keto recipes. I guess we have to have a keto night one Q&A time. A few other things in terms of the fall and what to expect. So we are getting into holiday shopping time, and literally tomorrow starts Q4, and that's all that the retailers want to push because we work at an affiliate level with some of these companies. My inbox went crazy this morning. I would love to do a kind of a search for just the term Q4 and see how many emails mentioned it. And I have no doubt it'll be even bigger tomorrow. It's like this magical switch that they've been waiting all year long to hit the button. So wait for that and wait for a number of deals that are going to come out because of it. So what we see in early October, all of the new toys, every new toy that is slated for Christmas will be released in early October. If your kids have already decided that they need some crazy new toy, this is the time to grab it. If it's going to be one of those items, think of like fingerlings 2 years ago, and fingerlings were going as high as like $40 a piece. Crazy that they're now on clearance for $4 or less. But if you've got something like that, or you have kids that tend to stick you in that boat, you want to be looking for those items when they hit the shelves, which is by the second week in October. It's rare for toy releases to be after even the end of October. They're all going to hit the shelves then. There are a few releases that will happen on Black Friday weekend, but very, very rare. Most of the major companies release them these first 2 weeks of October. So watch for those. Doesn't mean they're on sale. That is not a sale. That is just helping you if you are one of those parents that is always hunting down one of those items. In our house, if you asked for one of those items, you could get it in 6 months. But I am not about to pay top dollar for it for Christmas, and my kids learned that years ago. But in your house, if you're hunting them down, this is your time to do it before November. Do not wait. So just to help some of you out, hopefully, because come November, you're really paying top dollar for those items. In terms of toys, we will see the toy sales earlier and earlier. We always do. And so watch for that. Don't necessarily wait for Black Friday for things. Folks always ask, when is the best time to grab this? Should I be waiting for Black Friday? Should I go for Cyber Monday and all those other days? Every year, they are pushing those sales earlier and earlier to try to, increase revenue. So I don't know that you're going to need to hold out for the lowest price on a lot of items until Black Friday point. I think you're going to see some of these items hitting their best price and then sticking there for a really long time. So don't put all your eggs in that Black Friday basket. And that's what we saw last year. Black Friday almost in a way seemed a little disappointing because we had seen so many deals before Black Friday had even rolled around. And I think that we'll probably see that same thing again this year. And there we go. So Vivian answered your question on Zantac. It has a cancer-causing ingredient, and it is related to a recall. We have some in our cabinet. I guess I got to throw it out. And Jessica, I love being out of the toy age now, and they want gas gift cards and cash. I hear ya. I am not there yet. I wish that the 4-year-old would be okay with that, but she isn't. She is definitely not there. So in terms of the sales, yeah, you just want to not necessarily hold out for Black Friday. Black Friday is not going to be the sale and be all of the deals that we see. It's going to be earlier, would be my call on that. Now, to switch boats and out of toys, there's something else to get in the fall, and you may not even think about it, but that is cruises. So if you are interested or wanting to take a cruise, October 1st, the whole month of October is like National, it's CLIA month, and it stands for something. But I don't even remember what it stands for anymore. But because of whatever that is, it's something to do with the National Cruise Line interest and awareness or something like that. They run a ton of sales related to cruises. So if you're interested in wanting to take a vacation next year, this is a good month to start looking for deals. Tomorrow is a good month to start looking for deals. And you will find some. You'll find some that are as low as like $300 for 7-night cruises. Now, in terms of cruises, you can book now. If you find that cruise lower, a lot of folks don't realize this, but if the price goes lower and you book directly through the cruise line, most of the major cruise lines will honor that lower price. As long as you booked directly through them, they will refund the difference. It depends on the store, on the policy of the cruise line. Some of them will give it back to you in a shipboard credit, but you can watch prices and deals, and if that price is lower, so if you book early, there's no negative to booking early. So if you do decide, you know what, we're going to jump on this October deal, this looks like a really good offer, and then come February, you find it cheaper. And we're not talking last minute, fill the boat type offers. A lot of those will say fine print, that they can't be used to reduce an already booked fare. But for an actual just promotion, a month-long promotion or whatever it is, if that price goes lower than what you paid, you get your money back or you get shipboard credit. So they honor it. And I would go ahead and grab the October promotion, whatever it might happen to be. Tiffany, the best cruise line for Alaska, I think you're going to find is whatever the person sailed with that you're asking. So for me, I will tell you, and this might seem crazy, but I've actually done 3 Alaska cruises in my life. 2 of them thanks to parents helping to pay for when I was younger. But I've cruised only Holland America through Alaska and loved it. It's a smaller ship than some of the others. And it's just, up to you and what you're looking for. But I know a lot of other folks that love Princess and love this and love that. But we've loved Holland America. And I would gladly hop on another Holland America Alaska cruise any day. So if somebody wants to pay for it, I am there. I do know if you're interested, I get Holland America emails. And through tonight, they are offering kids sail free in Alaska next year, which is unheard of, but you got to book tonight, so no pressure. And I don't know what their October promotion will be, but to see kids sail free on Holland America is pretty rare. So maybe you want to go that route if you've got some kiddos that you're wanting to take with you. And yes, Disney Cruise Lines have good sales in October. Everyone does. October is like the big month. Now, you'll see in a lot of other places that wave months are January through March, but honestly, if you compare January through March sales that we saw this year to October sales that we saw last year, October is the new month. It's the new in for cruises, so do that. There's even some really good discounts if you want to cruise for the holidays. So this December, if you're wanting to go away for Thanksgiving or for Christmas, you're going to find some pretty fun discounts to do that. Let's see. And Deborah says Alaska Airlines has their biggest sale in a few weeks, sometime in October, and Alaskans get a yearly check for living, and so that's when Alaska runs their largest sale. So, and that's smart. They know who their target audience is, so they're putting all their items on sale as soon as you grab that big refund check for living in Alaska. That could totally do it for me. It was beautiful. I could move out there if they could just make the weather a little warmer. I'd be there in a heartbeat. But I can't handle below 60. I was born in Florida. It's still in my blood. So Rose says, I need to save on eyeglass lenses. I just got a new prescription for Progressive, and they're expensive. They are incredibly expensive. So Rose, the best way to save on glasses, this isn't really a time of the year thing, but it's actually to go online. So there's a ton of online eyeglass companies that are out there, and price-wise, no local place can touch what their prices are, even when it comes to lenses. If you're wanting to, you could try to price match that. So you could try to go to a LensCrafters and say, hey, I can get this price with an online place. You know, are you willing to touch it? Some of them will, a lot of them won't. You can also check Sam's and Costco. So a lot of times their prices on glasses are much better than the local places as well. One of the worst places to buy glasses, though, is directly from the eye doctor. So sorry if you're an eye doctor, but it's one of the most expensive places in town. So go there for the eye exam, but don't buy the glasses from them. Online, I would head to Glasses USA, Coastal.com. There's a few others, but just, probably just a general search. Zenni, I know, is one that a lot of people have recommended. Zenni, I'm pretty sure is how you pronounce or spell that one. And contacts as well. So Laura's asking for a deal on contacts. I actually just got contacts, and you're going to get the cheapest amount to do that by getting the year's supply all up front. But I found the cheapest price was from a website that looked like it was built in the 80s, but it went great. They had a great rebate. That went through just fine. I want to say it was lens.com, lens.com, but let me check so that I'm not telling you wrong. It really was kind of an older looking site and kind of surprised me compared to everything that's new. Yes, lens.com. So I searched everywhere. We actually got them from Costco last year for my contacts, and Costco had a great price, but lens.com beat Costco's price this year like by almost $50 for a year supply, and that's not chump change. Now, I don't wear a fancy brand. The doctor tried to put me in one of those, and I lasted about 4 hours and said, we got to go back to the other one. So I'm not in, a crazy expensive brand, but I would recommend them. Now, again, that was just when I was searching, but hopefully you'll find that too. And you can get, they sell all sorts of things. So I would go that route if you want to. Let's see. Oh, and Laura, how is that spelled? So if you're asking for me, lens.com, it's lens.com. Like you're putting in, I don't know, but lens.com, like a contact lens. And that hopefully will get you what you're wanting if you need it. So I wear an AccuView Oasis, if you're curious, and they did have the best price. Okay. And in terms of that, as we talk contacts and glasses, again, that is not seasonal. So if you're chiming in or you just clicked on and you're trying to see, this isn't necessarily the time of the year to grab glasses or contacts, except maybe if you have a flexible spending account and you're trying to use up what money is in there before the end of the year, then this is a great time to get glasses. But it's not because it's a seasonal item. It was just something that folks were asking about. In terms of other seasonal items, though, we've hit a lot as we go down the list. There are a few other things. So we talked cruises, but there are a few other things that you could go ahead and book now if you wanted to for next year. So when you're talking hotels and you're talking vacation deals, even Disney, a lot of folks want to go ahead and get some money in the bank before the end of the year that's going to cover next year deals. So anytime you're looking at a vacation getaway, the end of the year is a great time. Anytime in this quarter is a great time to go ahead and grab it, because you will see some pretty large incentives to pre-book for next year. That said, though, there's some things I want you to hold off on. So I'm going to count all of this into Q4. And one thing in particular for vacations is Black Friday. People don't really think about vacations on Black Friday, but there are some very sweet Black Friday deals depending on where you want to go. And these companies run them every single year. I mean, even Space Camp offers Black Friday incentives. So if there is something huge that is on your list, what I would recommend, instead of like holding out and hoping, is actually typing in the name of where it is that you're hoping to go, typing in that and Black Friday or Black Friday 2018. See what they offered last year, because a lot of these smaller places, they aren't super creative and they offer the same things every single year. For example, one that we've taken advantage of in the past and we possibly will take advantage of this year, kind of depends on where it falls in our schedule for next year, is Colonial Williamsburg. Every Black Friday, Colonial Williamsburg runs buy one, get one. Now they differ what the offer is. Some years it's buy one, get one tickets. The year that we took advantage of it, which was 2.5 years ago, the last time that we went, it was buy one, get one annual passes, which actually made for a better deal because we wanted to go for a couple days anyway. So watching for those items, and that's just one example, but let's say that you want to go to Space Camp or whatever it might be. I think we should all go to Space Camp. That sounds super fun. But just typing that in, Space Camp and Black Friday, I can guarantee you there will be somewhere that wrote about whatever their Black Friday deal was last year. They won't already have that information up for this year. So when you search for it, you're going to find last year's deal, but it's going to give you a really good idea. Was there a deal last year, and what was it? And odds are this year is going to be right in line with that. Guys, SeaWorld ran BOGO deals. SeaWorld ran summer camp deals. I was totally ready to pack my kids up for summer camp on Black Friday. I just have to get my husband in line with that. But BOGO summer camp deals for week-long summer camps from SeaWorld. So if you're in that area, that's pretty sweet. Just looking for it. So do the homework now. I know Black Friday is still a ways away, but this way you're not going to hold off like twiddling your thumbs waiting for Black Friday and they didn't do anything. You went ahead and you searched and you found out whether or not they did or didn't. But so many of these places do. So yeah, Space Camp everywhere. Space Camp Florida, Space Camp Huntsville, they all run really good Black Friday deals. So if you've got a kid who has always wanted to go there, put that on your list. It's too far away for us. I don't know. I just can't bring myself to send a kid to summer camp that's, like 3 states away, but some of you for sure. And then Crystal says, I hope we see a deal on Go Passes. Sometimes we do for Black Friday see deals on Go Passes. There's another one that's called Pogo Passes. What we don't see deals on are city passes. So I will warn you on that. If you're going to purchase from the City Pass or citypass.com, I think is the website, they're the ones that run the really big passes for like New York and Boston and some of the big cities. They do not run discounts ever. So don't hold out for that for Black Friday. But we will see that they do raise prices every January for the next year. So if anything, if you were going to get that one, you want to grab it before the prices are raised for the next season, but don't expect a discount on those. Now the Go Passes, the smaller the company, the more likely that we will see discounts and incentives on. Also on those passes, just to throw this out there, Crystal, always check Costco or Sam's, because those warehouse clubs do offer the same passes at a considerable discount for some cities. Not for all, but for some. So it's definitely worth checking into if you have a membership there and seeing whether or not they're there. So Sheila, yes, fall is the best time to buy a camera. We see all of the new models for cameras, for phones, all of that. They all come out in the fall. So again, though, the deal is not on the brand new one. The deal is on the most recent old one. So if you're wanting that, Nikon, fancy, whatever, not going to have a deal on the brand new version, but on last year's model, it's going to be significantly cheaper than it was even 2 months ago. So yes, it is a good time to grab a camera. Any tips to save on Dollywood tickets? So Jennifer, This may not be the one you want, but a great way to get free Dollywood tickets if you want to go that route is to pack Operation Christmas Child boxes. So if you didn't know that, Operation Christmas Child has a place that if you pack boxes with a Sunday school group or a homeschool group or whatever you want to pack them with, you can register your group. And when you register your group, you get 2 free tickets just for registering your group. And then you get free tickets for however many number of boxes that you pack. So our American Heritage Girls, it's my unit that packs them every year. I register us, and we end up with, last year we got 6 free tickets to Dollywood for packing 100 OCC boxes. Now, that's a lot of boxes. So I'm just throwing it out there. It's an option, and they do it every single year. My husband's like, are you sure they're doing this? So they do, and the registration for that opens tomorrow. So you can go ahead and register your group, and you have to do it with a group, by the way, so it's not just my family. I mean, I guess you could make your family a group, but when you register them, it's an incentive, and it's not just to Dollywood, it's to the entire group that is in that. So Silver Dollar City, there's a number of other theme parks they offer free tickets through. So probably not what you had in mind, but free, and I love OCC. So anything that gets people to pack OCC boxes is always fun. On that note, since we're there, I have gone live every year when we go to the processing center at OCC, and folks always ask me where we are. You can go digging through our old videos if you're curious to see what it is. It's a lot of fun. And this week is registration for working the Operation Christmas Child Processing Center. So I'll dig up the link and get my husband to put it in the comments for anyone that's interested. But if you've ever wanted to do it, or you saw those live videos that I've done in the past, this is the week to register. You don't serve this week. The processing centers don't open until like after Thanksgiving. But if you've really wanted to do it, we love to go. The kids can go. They need to be 14 or older. My girls got to go last year for the first time and loved it. I think my husband and I and folks that help us, we've gone probably for the last 5 or 6 years now. It's a lot of fun. So that opens this week too. Since we're already talking about Operation Christmas Child, might as well throw that one in, and I'll stick in the link in a minute for it. So the site for Glasses Maryland, Glasses USA, Zenni, Zenni is another one. It might be Zenni Optical, but I'm pretty sure if you just Google Zenni, you'll find it. And Coastal.com are the 3 that I would recommend. They're 3 of the biggest, and they have some of the best prices that are out there. Glasses USA always has either a 50% off offer or a buy one, get one offer. So I know you may not be thinking 2 pairs of glasses, but that's basically like free sunglasses, not to mention their prices are really cheap as it is compared to a local eyeglass place. And I know with glasses, most of us, we get our prescription and we immediately want to fill it. Just wait a day or 2 days. It's not going to take a super long time to get them filled, but you're going to save a ton versus doing it locally. Let's see. I think I've caught up on a lot of them. Dollywood offers a year pass and a parking pass for a year. So you can go that route, Tawana is saying, and it's much cheaper than getting one ticket for, for one trip too. Other ways to save on Dollywood is, depending on where you're staying, some of them will throw in discount tickets. So if you haven't already booked a place to stay, if you're looking at Airbnbs or you're looking at any of the local resorts that are up there, checking with them, and it'll be in the details on the site, you'll see that they offer tickets or they offer discounted tickets to Dollywood before you even, you haven't even booked your tickets, but you're booking where you're going to stay. That might be a route too that's going to save you some money. So Glasses USA, yes, Wendy, that's one of them. Glasses USA, Zenni, Zenni, and Coastal. Can you try glasses on and return them if you don't like them online? So Paige, yes, a number of them do offer that. I'm not sure with glasses what their policy is. I know there are some that will send you like 2 or 3 pair and you get to try them on, and then you can mail back and go from there. But you want to read their fine print on how they handle returns. Okay. So question here, I have off topic. I have a $1 off 20-ounce bottle of Arizona tea. If I use that at Walgreens on the 2 for $1, will I get overage or not? So no, the problem there is that Walgreens will not, period, accept a coupon that is more than the value of a product. So 99% sure when you go to scan that coupon, it will beep. The solution, though, would probably be to head into any other store. Arizona Tea, I don't know what grocery stores you have in your area, but my Publix, Kroger, Bilo, most of them, regular price is 99 cents for a can. So it's still going to be free in those stores, and you would get a penny overage in those stores. They would accept the $1 coupon, but Walgreens will have a small conniption fit with a coupon that is more than the value of a product every single time. So just never going to go pretty in that boat with Walgreens. And Wendy's chiming in for Zinni, saying that she had a great experience and got her sunglasses for less than $40, and they were perfect. So as we're talking glasses, there's someone chiming in on that brand. We've done Glasses USA. I've not done Zinni, but I've heard great things about them. So that's why I threw them in. Okay, so I'm trying to. I was going off memory tonight. Ran in late, so hopefully I've hit everything that I meant to hit. No, I had one more for you guys. So we hit clearance patio and whatnot, but there actually is a few other things in home improvement stores that I want you to grab in the fall. Everyone asks, when should we grab a grill? Now. This is your time. Grab grills. They're in clearance for October. Don't go past October. Once we get into November and December, grills go back up in price for people that want to give them as Christmas gifts. But this is your magical time. You always want to wait until after Labor Day for grills because they're still crazy regular price for Labor Day. But once we hit October, beginning of October, a lot of them are on clearance. I was actually just in a Lowe's this week, and they have a number of them on clearance right outside the front door. So this is your go time if you're wanting those items. Jennifer's chiming in and saying Tractor Supply also has good prices on grills. And remember, I already mentioned it, but the Kroger deal. So the Kroger deal, which is 4 times the fuel points on Lowe's, Home Depot, and Tractor Supply gift cards, runs through, I think it's the 8th of October. So you can head in, you can get enough to pay for the whole grill, and then get gas savings on top of the gift card, and then go buy the grill. So you can kind of take it a whole nother step if you want to. But it's, this is the time. So kind of a fun one there. Just don't get too into the Christmas time period for sure. Let's see. I think we have hit on everything. I still need to find that link for you guys. And yes, Sherry, this is the same for lawnmowers. It is a great time to grab lawnmowers because you're not really going to need them anymore. This is when they tend to put them on clearance. So the real thing is you think about all the space that they cleared out for their huge Halloween displays. They want even more space for their Christmas. So they want all of those lawnmowers gone from the front, and they want all the grills gone from the front. And you are going to get a really good deal because of that. So grabbing those items now. Lawnmowers, depending on where you live, you might still have a couple more weeks before you want to buy them, the warmer it's getting. But if you are even North Carolina and above, it's go time for lawnmowers, go time for grills. Some of my South Carolina folks, we need to hold out. And then Florida folks, you really have a couple more weeks, maybe longer, depending on how far south in Florida you are. Your lawnmowers may never go on sale. But all the rest of us, we're good to go ahead and grab them soon. Okay. Sorry, guys. I've been getting over a cold. Okay. I think we've hit almost everything. There may be a few things as we skipped around that I forgot to mention tonight, but it's been a fun topic and been good to talk about things that are a little off topic in a sense of what we've been covering the last few weeks. We are going to start to get into the holidays and see more and more holiday deals for sure. And I thought because of that, next week for our Q&A, we would talk pre-holiday budget check-in. So I want to talk about just some ways that we can use October to save some money, to cut some things in the budget, to see where you might be on the budget, and also to talk about seasonal jobs. So some ways to make some extra money during the holidays. Specifically, there are a lot of places that are hiring, but there's also some ways to make money online during the holidays. So I thought we would cover all of that next week, along with any other questions that you have, wherever those questions may take us. So hopefully, that will answer some and help some for sure. And I see one more question that's a great one too, so I'm going to jump out and answer yours, Kelly. So baking items, definitely a fall item. I want you to wait though on baking items until the second week in November. We're going to see some sales now, but nothing like we will see the second week in November through Christmas. The first week in November, Thanksgiving is really late this year, so the first week in November is not going to be close enough. The second week in November will be that magical date. We're going to start to see all of those coupons come out in the inserts and all of those baking items come on sale. They're going to stay on sale though through Christmas. So it's not a like rush in and have to buy it all that second week in November. It's just going to be the start of the sale, and they're all going to run and just stay on sale for probably about 6 weeks. But don't go past Christmas, because then you got to wait till Easter. So that's your baking window, and it's almost here. And Anna, best time to buy mattresses. Mattresses fit the same schedule as furniture, which is a 3-day weekend. Just waiting for that magical 3-day weekend, and you're going to find some really good sales. If you're willing to do a mattress in a box, then I would actually watch, because Amazon's been running some really good one-day only sales, cycling through different brands. So you could go that route too. Okay. And then hopefully that answers most everyone's questions. And Amanda's saying, I don't understand how folks get toothpaste for free. So Amanda, since you're on YouTube, I'm going to say you need to pop off this video on YouTube and pop onto the CVS videos that I post each week, and you will see how we get free toothpaste. So it's in the drugstores, and there isn't any free toothpaste this week, but there will be some next week. But watch some drugstore videos that are on the Southern Savers YouTube channel, and you'll see how. Okay, so I'll see you all back here, same time, Monday night, next week at 8:30, hopefully with no technology issues this time. So thanks, Facebook folks, for hanging on and waiting for me those few minutes. You guys have a great week, and thanks again for joining us.